Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you for joining. I'm going to be talking about another very interesting topic. So here's a question I get asked all the time. Is it still worth moving to Canada in 2025? Because let's be honest, things have changed a lot. If you've been dreaming about Canada for years, you've probably imagined a life where you land a great job, earn in dollars, and build a better future for yourself and for your family. That's the dream, right? But what if I told you that in 2025, that dream is getting harder to achieve? Today, I'm breaking it all down. The new immigration rules, how tough the job market really is, the skyrocketing cost of living, and whether Canada is still a good place to move to. And let me tell you, if you're serious about moving, you need to hear this. Because making the wrong decision could cost you thousands of dollars or even years of your life. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Now, before I continue, if you're planning to move to Canada in 2025, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss important updates. Now, let's get started. All right, let's start with the basics. Canada is still welcoming immigrants, but, and this is a big but, the way they select people is changing. Now, let's start with the immigration targets and trends. The government wants new immigrants per year in 2025. But before you get excited, here's what is different. They are focusing more on skilled workers and less on general applicants. If you are in healthcare and skilled trades, you've got a higher chance. If not, it's going to be a tough road. The second thing to note is that the express entry is getting more competitive. The CRS score cutoff is now above 480. That means unless you have a master's degree, a Canadian work experience, or fluent French, you might struggle. And speaking of French, if you can speak French, congratulations, you've just unlocked a secret weapon. French speaking candidates are getting priority even if they have lower CRS scores. So if you are serious about immigrating, this might be the time to invest in learning French. Now, if express entry isn't working for you, there's another option, the provincial nominee programs or PNPs. These are immigration pathways run by individual provinces. Some provinces have lower CRS requirements, but there is a catch. If a province nominates you, you have to live there for a few years. And let's be real, some of those provinces aren't the places most immigrants dream of moving to. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Nova Scotia are great options, but are you willing to live there instead of Toronto or Vancouver? So here is the deal. If you're flexible about where you live, PMPs might be your best shot. But if you have your heart set on Toronto or Vancouver, well, be prepared to wait longer or work harder. Now, let's talk about jobs because this is where a lot of immigrants get a reality check. Now, why is finding a job in Canada tough? Even if you're highly skilled, you might hear something frustrating over and over again. You need Canadian experience. Many jobs aren't even posted online. Networking is king in Canada. If you are not making connections, you are going to struggle. Now, there are industries that are too competitive. If you're in IT, finance, or engineering, well, guess what? So is everyone else. The rise of AI is also cutting jobs, so automation might be your biggest competition. The high demand fields in 2025 are healthcare workers, for example, nurses, personal support workers, doctors, and the likes. Also, the skilled trades like plumbers, electricians, truck drivers are also in demand. AI and cybersecurity experts are also in demand. If you're in one of these high demand fields, you are in luck. But if not, you might have to upskill or change careers before moving. Okay, let's talk money because Canada is expensive, and I mean expensive. Now, the housing prices are through the roof. A one bedroom apartment in Toronto is above $2,500 a month, and in Vancouver, even worse. And before you say, I just live in a smaller city, keep in mind, even places like Calgary and Halifax are getting pricey. Now, what is the cost of living breakdown? Groceries, Expect to spend over $500 per month per person. Public transport is around 100 to 150 per month. Utilities, phone bills, and internet, it is easily another 300 plus per month. Now, if you're coming to Canada thinking you will save money quickly, you might be in for a surprise. Unless you land a high paying job, you'll be watching your savings disappear fast. Okay, let's say you make it to Canada, you survive the job hunt, the cost of living, and everything else. The next step is getting permanent residency or PR, and eventually citizenship. But is it as easy as before? Well, not really. Getting PR is taking longer. Back in the day, we could get PR in just a few months through express entry, but now processing times are longer. The high number of applications has slowed down PR approvals. Some people are waiting a year or even more. And if you are on a work permit, you might have to stay in Canada for a few years before even qualifying for PR. Now, there are always new PR requirements and more restrictions. Some provinces are now making it harder to qualify for PR if you don't work in an in demand job. Also, there is talk of raising the points required for express entry, making it even more competitive. So, if you're moving to Canada thinking you'll get PR quickly, you might need a backup plan. Be prepared for delays. And becoming a citizen takes longer than before. Once you get PR, you need to live in Canada for at least 3 out of 5 years before you can apply for citizenship. But here's the thing, if you leave Canada for long periods, for work or for family reasons, it might delay your citizenship even further. So, my advice, if you're coming to Canada, don't just focus on getting PR fast. Have a long term plan because it might take longer than expected. All right, we've talked about the challenges, but let's not forget Canada is still one of the best countries to live in. So, who should still move in 2025? Canada is still a good choice if, number one, you have a high in demand skill. If you're a nurse, doctor, software engineer, electrician, or in skilled trades, Canada needs you. Number two, if you are financially prepared. If you have savings to survive at least 6 to 12 months without a job, you will be in a much better position. Number three, if you are flexible with where you live. If you're open to moving outside of Toronto and Vancouver, your chances of success are much higher. Number four, if you are willing to adapt. Networking, upgrading your skills, and maybe even learning French can give you a serious advantage. Now, you might struggle if, number one, you don't have a clear job plan. Hoping to find any job when you land in Canada, that's risky. You might struggle if, number two, you expect an instant high salary. Most immigrants start with lower paying jobs before moving up. You might struggle, number three, if you are not ready for Canada's cost of living. If you're moving to Canada with just a few $1,000s, you could run out of money fast. So here is my honest advice. If you're serious about moving to Canada, come prepared. Do your research, save money, and have a backup plan because Canada can be amazing, but only if you're ready for the reality, not just a dream. So, is moving to Canada in 2025 still worth it? The answer is it depends on you. Canada is still a great choice if you have high demand skills, you have enough savings to survive for 6 to 12 months, you're open to living outside of major cities. But you might struggle if you expect an instant high paying job, you're not financially prepared, you're not ready for the reality of networking and job hunting. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Canada is still worth moving to in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I hope this video has helped somebody. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.